This is gonna be good. What's going on, good people? I'm Kenya Crooks, the world's greatest weight loss expert. And I'm hanging with my girls today. And today's topic is all about how to overcome when you feel done. And today I'm hanging with my girlie Money, who's in the building. I'm hanging out with Liz Roundtree, who's in the building. And my first question is this. Okay, so what has been, we just gonna hop straight into it. What has been the biggest hurdle you've had to overcome that you feel comfortable talking about?
I
Yeah,
got something for you.
yeah, Tim.
My own lack of accountability for myself. So when I met you, Coach, you showed me something that, I didn't know I could tap into.
Mm-hmm.
But and losing weight and gaining that part of my life back and putting that focus on that, but it's been also a struggle to do that in every other area.
Really?
Yeah.
Explain that because for a lot of people, they would look at you and be like, okay, well, she lost over 120 pounds. Everything else should be easy.
When you get to the point, for me, I think as a parent, in the mindset that I was in, and it was easy to put everything else to the side, especially my weight, and focus on, I'm just gonna be raising my kids. I'm just gonna be doing what I gotta do to make sure my kids got what they need. And it's easy to let other stuff fall by the wayside when you have that mindset. And that's not good either, because you can't take care. It's one thing I learned from you is you can't take care of everybody else if you can't take care of yourself. If you're not in good shape, if you're not in a good mindset. So it's been a struggle, because some days and some months, some years, I have been on point in every area.
Right.
But keeping myself in that mindset where I got to make myself accountable for everything, it can be difficult.
What are the top three things in your life that's important to you that you feel like you really have to pay attention to?
I think it's my personal growth, because we should not be on this planet. I think we should not be here just thinking about our day to day. You get caught up in just doing stuff by routine. And when you're younger, you think about, oh, I want this in my life. I want this in my life. You got all these things on the shelf that you're trying to get through and the goals that you're setting. But getting back to the point where you need to be able to say, okay, I want this for myself. I need this for myself. Even at this age and at this level, I still need to be growing.
Mm-hmm. So let me ask you this, Liz. What has been your biggest hurdle that you've had to overcome?
The biggest hurdle for me to overcome or has been to overcome is realizing that I do not fit in with the average society, that I'm different, that I am quote unquote weird, and being okay with that. Being authentic in myself and not trying to change who I am, how I look, how I think, how I move, and how I interact, understanding that God created me just like this for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that I don't have to hide that. Like that has been the biggest hurdle for me to understand I am who I'm supposed to be and that there's reason for that. And walking in that.
So you're kind of like the uh, be in the world but not of the world type
Yes.
person, and
Yes.
the nonconformist in a sense,
Yes. Yes.
which is a beautiful thing. Has that gotten in the way of relationships before in terms of you being who you are? And I'm not just talking about relationship, man,
Right.
woman, but I'm talking about your everyday relationships, even with family members and friends.
So when you say in the way, in the past, it got in the way for others.
Okay.
And then I would try to change and become who they thought I should be. Now it still gets in the way for others, but not for me.
Okay.
Because my people understand who I am and don't try to change that. And understand that I am the way that I am because that's how God uses me to bless other people.
Did
So
you have to define that not only for yourself but for other people?
I had to define it for myself first. I had to figure out what was going on because I could walk into a room and realize that my energy was not what was going on in this room. And so it made me uncomfortable because I started to say, what's wrong with me? So once I figured out there's nothing wrong with me, now I choose the rooms that I walk into better, right? So it's not an issue for me, but I do still have to define it to other people because now other people are like what is that? It's me. I just had a conversation yesterday. A family member was saying, we shouldn't have family members that are so upset with each other they won't come to a family event because I'm there.
Okay.
I don't have. I go where I want to go, and I
Right.
invite the other person to go where they want to go because I'm not gonna not show up because somebody's uncomfortable. And
Does
so
that does that go back to the other person's insecurities?
it goes back to them being used to me trying to fit the box. So
Okay.
so it's like I can do whatever to her, and she always stands and takes it and never holds me accountable.
Okay.
Do that. That's not happening anymore. You're gonna be held accountable on how you treat me.
Do
And
you
so
have you dealt with people who have insecurity issues and you think that that's maybe the problem? Because I know a lot of times the devil will mess with people in their areas of insecurities.
that's what it is, but I never saw it as that because I always thought I was the most insecure person in the room. And somebody
Really?
had to point out to me, no, most people are looking at you to figure out how to get where you are. And I'm like, I never saw it like that. I always thought I was the most insecure. So why would they be insecure? But that really is what it boils down to. And not that that's a bad thing, but when people have insecurities and they
Right.
think and they realize that you're not operating that way, then you become their target,
Okay.
right?
How did you move past that point? Because you acknowledge, and everybody, for those who are watching, everybody has insecurities. I don't care who you are. I don't care what show you on. I don't care what you drive. I don't care where you live. I don't care how much money you got. Everybody has them. Okay, let me ask you an even deeper question. And this is for the both of you. When did you realize your particular insecurity or insecurities, and how did you deal with them once you realized and recognized what they were?
When you start doing that self work and you
Mm.
stop pointing your fingers out and start pointing them in, and like
Ah,
Lee said, holding yourself accountable,
how hard was that?
it's real hard.
Mm.
It's because you never want to be the problem.
That thing rough, ain't it? When you realize that, okay, I'm the way I am, not because of him, or her, but it's because of me. Now, other people have contributed to that, but the bottom line always comes back and back down to me. For
Right.
so, how did you work on that?
Really I can't think of the term, but I always say, so if I'm working on me and focusing on making me better,
Mhm.
else falls into place. It may not fall into place for other people, but it
Right.
falls into place for me. So it makes um instead of walking in a room being upset because I'm having a rift with another family member at a family gathering, I can
Okay.
walk and speak to that person in peace. It might disturb them, but it does not disturb me because I have worked on me and I realized where I stood and I'm holding myself accountable for my part and I'm moving forward. It's that self work. It's a daily thing, like affirmations. I can't affirm I am love and I'm not showing love. I can't affirm I'm peace and I'm not moving in peace. And it's hard work because you have to say, are you lacking over here? So you're gonna need to do better. So
Okay. Well, let me ask you this since we talking family. Okay. Okay. So, is it possible to be peaceful with people? Is it possible to love people from afar without
Absolutely.
endangering your peace and endangering the love that you built back up for yourself?
yes, it's a must. And that's what I'm trying to get people to understand. I don't need you to fix something for me that I fixed for myself.
Good.
I can speak, I can move in peace, and I can go around. God never said we have to be best friends. He just said, love your brother like you love yourself. So if I
Right.
love, I'm going to keep, if I need to stay away from you to love me, I'm going to
Yeah.
stay. We don't have to be best friends. That's,
Because I'm odd. I'm kind of like, okay, I've gotten to the place where I kind of pick and choose who I deal with because I'm like, okay, hey, we getting older now. So it's kind of like the stuff that I used to deal with and the stuff that I used to tolerate, we ain't gonna do that so much. So because I'm gonna finish this thing, I'm gonna finish this life strong, and I'm gonna finish it in my way in terms of just dealing with the people who have already, paid the taxes to be here. Because a lot of people will eat for free, and a lot of
Mm.
people will just feel entitled to your stuff because they got your last name or they've been with you for decades and decades but still hadn't produced. So now I'm in the spot of, okay, I'm just gonna hang with the folks who have proven themselves worthy. They don't talk crazy about me, and they're not malicious, and they're not two-faced. So for a person who says, well, that's not loving your brother as you love yourself, what would you say to the person who would just basically say that what I'm doing is wrong?
I just had to tell somebody this yesterday. I
Okay.
said, if you tell me to get over it, the conversation ends. Because you're not involved in the conflict and you want to see a resolution, you can moderate. But I said what I said and I meant what I said. So
Mm-hmm.
change. So we can agree to disagree. And their response was, oh my God, but family is all we have. I said, but all family ain't kin.
I hate that. And I hate when people say that too. Let me be clear. Because it's kind of like we give people passes just because we're relatives. We got the same last name. And we're supposed to just get over it. Folks do us wrong, slander our name. It's just, but we're supposed to be okay. But if it were a friendship situation, we wouldn't even fool with these folks.
Right.
Right. And I think as adults, especially at this point in our lives, we have the right to choose who we're involved with. I don't care who you are.
Right.
Who you are. We have the right to be around whoever we want to be around. And nobody can force me to think any different. So yeah, that family thing, like, okay. But I also can pick and choose who my family is as
That's what
well.
I do. Yeah, that's what I do.
And not that I'm dumping on my family, but I
Okay.
pick because I still gotta have my peace.
Yes.
Now for me, I can't deal with it. I don't care who you are.
Okay. So to be cool with somebody like you and to be cool with somebody like Lee, okay? To earn your trust, to work into your circle? Because again, y'all are some awesome and amazing ladies, and you'd be a fool not to want to work into your circle. What are some of the parameters that's involved when you look at a person who's trying to get into your circle? What do they have to have in order for you to say, okay, cool, I think I might invite you into my circle? Who wants that first?
I go. They have
Okay,
to, they have to be authentic and genuine.
okay,
I'm not looking for people to be a clone of me. Just
okay.
be authentic, authentic, genuine, honest, and loyal.
How about you, Lee?
I believe the same thing. I really need to be around people who are being really authentic, not just authentic, around me, but I see their authenticity, them being authentic in every area of their life. I see them the way they handle people outside in the world, and I need to feed off that energy. So, because I don't want to be around people that take life out of stuff.
Right. So my last question is this: because y'all routinely work on yourselves, what would you say to a person who don't know where to start with working on themselves? Because again, you have a lot of people, and again, it's in vogue now to pretty much point the fingers at everybody else. I'm this way because you did this. I'm this way because you said this. I got big because you made me feel this way. It's always somebody else's fault. Um, what advice would you give to somebody who wants to take that journey of self improvement? What would you tell them? Where to start in terms of where to start?
On their face praying.
Mm.
That's good.
That's where I started. On my face praying. God
What,
really
what got you to that? What got you to that point?
the
Okay.
anger, the hurts that I was carrying. It was turning to poison. Wasn't killing nobody but me.
Mm,
So I started praying, and God said, gave me some steps to take.
that's good.
So praying, He'll reveal it to you. Praying and being open to hearing what His response is. That's where you start. That's where I started.
Mm. How about you, Lee?
I think that's awesome, by the way. Definitely start with prayer, but to go just a little bit further, for me, it was about being happy and finding my happiness. So I just started doing what made me happy. Just
Mm.
every day, little bitty things. Do what makes you happy. Do what makes you feel good. You don't have to have a partner for that. You don't have to
Right.
have a friend for that. Just find something that you want, that you need, and go after it and do it. Period.
Yes,
That's
Lee.
awesome.
Yes, Lee.
That's awesome. I like that. I like that. So, ladies, thank y'all so much for being so open and being so honest. And for the people who are watching this, hopefully this blessed your life. Because I know it blessed mine. Because a lot of stuff that I bring up, shoot, I'm currently dealing with. So that, because again, it's the cookout season, and it's kind of like, again, like when it's the cookout season and it's the get together season, we're always thrust into these situations to where it's like, okay, should I go? Should I not go? I don't like this person. I don't like this person here. Dang, I don't want to have to endure this person over here. So yeah, so and I know a lot of people are going through that right now, and I know a lot of people have separated themselves from people because of, and it's so weird because the older we get, the more crazier we get, and we just say all kind of crazy stuff, and a lot of that stuff you just can't take back, unfortunately. So it causes a rift, unfortunately. So yeah, look, so this was helpful to me today. So thank y'all both for that, most definitely. So, but those
Thank
who
you, Coach.
yeah, that was awesome. So for everybody who watching, thank you, thank you, thank you. Love y'all. And we out of here. Y'all be good. Thank you.
Peace.
Have a great one.
Bye, y'all.